ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on us, flaring on us. We Ric Flairing on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on us, flaring on us. Yeah, we Ric Flairing on us, flaring on us. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops and fine to these Urkels that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on us, flaring on us. We Ric Flairing on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on us, flaring on us. We Ric Flairing on us, flaring on us. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on us, flaring on us. We Ric Flairing on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on us, flaring on us. We Ric Flairing on us, flaring on us.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing, sun up, baby.
Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack, Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at, no cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts, my advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered a leash. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the Hbcu streets.
Testing. Oh, Jesus. Okay. All right. Jesus, it's loud. All right, cool. We back. We in here. All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty. Man, let me turn this down. God, dog, I'm like burning my own ears up. Jesus Christ. Hope you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me clear. Can you hear me back? I mean, I know you're watching, but I'm like, can you hear me through the stream? Can y'all hear me? All right. Because, yeah, let me know. Yeah, all right, cool. All right, let's keep pushing. All right, so listen, real quick, we're going to get into this. You already know where I'm reporting live from Miami. Benvenido, Ami. All right, Benvenido, Ami. We here live, coming straight off Fort Lauderdale. Oh, I'm not in Miami then, technically. I'm in Fort Lauderdale. We here at Fort Lauderdale at the beach. I don't go to the beach. I don't do that stuff. But, that's where we at, though. Just want to let you guys know.
All participants are muted.
All right, so before we get into today's show, you already know what we're doing. We're doing a Thursday night game review of everything that went down, the craziness, the madness, and all the hates, and all the haterade that has been brought forth my way. I don't know why people think like y'all Bama's be bothering me like I played. But we gonna get into it though. All right, so first and foremost, you already know what it is. The breaking news of the day for the OBC Classic, while we all here, is that Land and Bowler are back. All right, so everybody I know already, so please stop texting me, okay? You're not new. You're not, Scotty. I done got like 25 texts. All right, so you're not the first one, okay? You're not. Stop it. All right. So thank you, but you're not the first. So I don't want you guys to feel special. It's just a thing. All right. So don't feel special. But I appreciate y'all though. I really do, because you guys keep me informed and everything like that. But just understand there's a lot of you guys out there. It's a lot of you guys. All right. So man, that's huge. I'm not going to talk too much about it. We've talked about this game enough. You already know what it is. That's neither here nor there. You've seen 50 million previews of this game, so we're not going to talk about it. I'm just saying it's huge, camaraderie, team-wise, and everything. We want to see the matchup. We want to see the rematch at full strength, and this is what it looks like. So shout out to the lawyer Mars. He has been putting in overtime to make sure that everything goes well and make sure that the kids are, done right. You know what I'm saying? And everything they need to do. So shout out to him. Shout out to his law firm and everything and making this right. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we all want to see a great game. And at the end of the day, this is what needs to happen and should deserve. It wasn't on him the reason why he didn't go, and neither for BJ Bowler. So shout out to them. I wish they could have been at the UNC game, but we'll take it. Why does it keep shutting off? Yeah, my batteries are dead. Can you hand me that? Yeah, that cord right there, babe. And then can you hand me the mic inside of it? Thank you. I'm like, why does this thing keep shutting down on me? And my batteries are dead. I really think it's a sign that I shouldn't do this show. It's the Lord telling me I shouldn't do this show and I should take my ass on somewhere. So I probably should shut this down. But we gonna get it going. We go, because this is what y'all came to do. This is what y'all came to hear. So we here for it. All right, we here for it. So let's get to these Thursday night reviews. Scotty spoiled. No, listen, man. Gotta have a backup for the backup. Gotta have a backup for the backup. That just is what it is. Y'all listen. Y'all don't understand. It's painful to hold this mic. My hands be cramping up because I'll be on here for like an hour and a half, 2 hours holding a freaking mic. You know what I'm saying? And my hands be all cramped up and stuff like that, man. Y'all don't understand the pain. Y'all don't care. Y'all like, hey, entertain me. Dance. You know what I'm saying? Dance, jive, turkey. I'm like, all right, whatever. All right, so let's get into these I'm about to say Saturday night. Thursday night games. All right, let's get to these Thursday night reviews. Listen, I was excited to see a lot of SWAC teams come out and play high-level competition. as we all are and as we all were excited, right? So I'm going to start off first with the South Carolina State review. All right, South Carolina State. Now, mind you, I watched all these games. Okay, I literally, and my girl can contest, Key can contest. I had my computer double screened. I had my monitor going. Had another TV going. I was looking real professional. I was looking like this was my job. All right, so I watched. I was watching. I was trying to catch all these games at the same time. This game came on the weather delay, but I'm gonna say this. This is just some of the stats from the game. Let me tell you this. If you watch this, let me calm up. I need to calm my voice now because I got to save my voice. All right. If you watch this game from the beginning, from the start of it, you would see that South Carolina State really let the game get away from them early. They were actually really competitive in the first quarter. And if you go back and watch the first drive that Youssef scores on, they actually have that white boy, Plumlee. They actually have him in the backfield twice, and he gets by them. And I'm talking about like dead to right. Got him. He dips out and then does like a 20 or 30 yard long run to the goal line. Like that's the stuff when you're playing an FBS school that you can't allow. You just can't allow opportunities like that. It literally went for, it would have been like 3rd and 18 or 3rd and 20 to now 1st and 10 at the 1st and goal. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you can't have those opportunities, and you got to capitalize on it, right? Now, I will say, BJ Davis did not have a good game. He was sliding and diving and missing everywhere. It was really bad to see. Jablonski Green had a lot of push. He had opportunities to make plays, and get pressure into the backfield. But that white boy is legit. Plumlee, that white boy, oh yeah, he legit. He can run his ass off. He can absolutely run his ass off. So, offensively, man, listen, I'm sorry, bro. Like, and there's no disrespect to Corey Fields because you are a Celebration Bowl champion, but God almighty, man, you couldn't throw yourself out of a wet paper bag yesterday. And if I'm being honest, the DBs were really nothing special in regards to the to South Carolina State's wide receivers. Like, they weren't draped all over them. I'm talking about like Shaq Davis, like 2 steps ahead of somebody, and you're throwing it back here and you're throwing it here. And then when you finally do hit Davis, he drops it. You know what I'm saying? So it was multiple attempts at that. You know what I'm saying? So it was a bad look overall. They really couldn't get anything going on the ground. You know what I'm saying? It felt like a lot. And then, insult to injury, Dyson Roberts listen, it might go down as one of the biggest blunders in college football history to kick the ball that far down the line. But you gotta, if you watch 2 plays before that, because he converted a 4th down, he did that a drive before where he picked up the 1st down. While he did that, because he did the same thing against Jackson State. He would run, he would kick it real late and things like that. Like, you guys can call him dumb and all that type of stuff, but that's just his style. He's always done that. He just lost. It's no different than I can't remember the white boy who's on ESPN who ran out the back of the end zone and the safety and stuff like that. Like, it was a bad play. He actually, if I'm being honest, if he would have kept the ball, he probably could have picked up the 1st down because it was like 4th and 19. But he's going to probably go down. It's probably going to go down as one of the dumbest plays in college football. But at the end of the day, I think if you see his whole I hate for a kid to get judged by one play when in totality, he's actually a really good punter and he's really dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Dan Orlowski. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Him running out the back of the end zone and the safety. You know what I'm saying? Roll right into the thing. But, that's always been his style. And he lost his head at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really tripping off that. I just feel bad for Dyson that his whole that his college career might end up being that one play when he could have been literally the MVP of the Celebration Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So you go from being that impactful on the Celebration Bowl to having this situation occur at in the USF game. So it's just like a complete 360. So I feel for the kid. But at the end of the day, listen, man, I watching this game, the South Carolina State, I think what's tough is you kind of see the quarterback play in the SWAC and how lacking it is, right? Because you'll see a Corey Fields against a Norfolk State. You'll see a Corey Fields against a Delaware State. He might go for 19 of 30 or 20 of 32 or something like that, or 20 of 28, with 250 and 3 tubs. And then you see them take it to the next level and they have to play up in competition, and it did not translate. So you're like, you start looking at it like a little sideways, like maybe, what's going on here, what's going on there, those type of situations. So it, they brought in the freshman as well. He's a little dynamic. He can run, but you really see the talent gap. Like when I break down all these games, it's the talent gap for me. Like it is so glaring. Like I could only imagine how dynamic that white boy from USF would be if he was on a SWAC team. Like that's the thing for me that I was looking at when I'm watching these games. And I'm watching the receiver from USF just go stupid. And I'm just like, wow, how dominant would this kid be if he was on a SWAC team? Like that one white quarterback is probably like Andrew Body times 5. You know what I'm saying? Like it's sad. It's sad to see. It really is. Because, if we're being honest, us as black people, we're the ultimate athlete, which 9 times out of 10, any sport we usually are. But when you start seeing these onesies and twosies of guys, and you're just like, man, these white boys is different. It's no different than North Dakota State. When you see these white receivers and and I hate to bring up race, but you start seeing these white boys do what they do. And I'm like, man, these Bamas is killing these Bamas. You know what I'm saying? So when you good, you're good. And then it was a talent gap for me. Like, I mean, the white boy running around and it's like nobody's tackling. It's like, it looks like, I don't know what you guys call it in your hood, but like we call it pick 'em up, bust 'em up. When you just throw the ball and the kid gets it, and it's usually the fastest kid catches it. He juking everybody out and stuff. That's what it looked like on the field. You're just like, man, can nobody tackle this kid? Can nobody put a hand on this kid? Like nothing. So it's just the disparity for me. But South Carolina State fought hard. They came back, they scored a touchdown, got a field goal. Like I said, they fought as hard as they could and things like that. The game just didn't work out for them in the end. And I'm gonna do an overall thing about how I feel about playing PW, Power Fives and things like that, because you're gonna get the notion of that. So I'll talk about that at the end of the show. So, all right. So that's my South Carolina State review. Valley. All right. Valley. He said, yeah, pick up sticks. Yeah, we call it pick them up, bust them up. Valley review. All right. And here's some of the stats that go to this. Listen, I'm gonna say this, and I say this with all sincerity, and I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be a dick or nothing. But for Jelani Eason to be starting over other quarterbacks, something is just wrong with the quarterback room for me. I mean, I really don't know. I really don't know what else to say about that. I'm not trying, like I said, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to I don't know what Kitten Evans sees in this kid. Like it's either like, bro, that's all we have, or the other people are just that bad. I don't know what he has over Dancy. I don't know if he if he got caught up in some pictures that Jelani Eason has, or Dancy dating his sister or his mother. I don't know. It's just like, I just don't understand how Jelani Eason keeps starting over TJ Goodwin and even the Jamari Jones kid. And I don't even think that kid's a quarterback. I think he's a hell of an athlete, but I don't even. And the fact of the matter is, you didn't even put TJ Goodwin or Jamari Jones in the game at all. You didn't even sub them in the game. Not a half, not a quarter. Like, I don't understand what it is about Jelani Eason that is like, oh, we got to keep him in the whole game. Like, that doesn't even make sense to me. because the game was very winnable. The game was right in your wheelhouse. So explain to me how Jelani Eason keeps starting over TJ Goodwin. Like, that makes me look at TJ Goodwin like, bro, if you can't beat this kid out, like, and I'm not saying that TJ Goodwin's like the next, freaking Colin Kaepernick or anything like that, but I'm just, the kid's 6'5", he has the prototype build. Can he get a drive? Like, can he get a quarter? Can he get a half? Can he get the end of the game drive? I mean, something. You can't give him nothing. You can't get him an opportunity you can't even get him an opportunity to get on the field to show what he can do. Come on, man. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, man. Listen, Caleb Johnson is he's a freaking well-oiled machine, man. Like, the kid is a stud. Every time he has an opportunity to ball out, every time he has an opportunity to touch the ball, he does something special. And the only knock on Caleb Johnson is he doesn't have breakaway speed. Like, because there was a run play where literally it parted open like the Red Sea, and he got walked. He absolutely got walked down. So that's really the only knock on Caleb Johnson. But other than that, man, this kid he's a typical. If he was born in the 90s, he would be what every team was looking for at that point in time. He is that workhorse. He's a bell cow as a running back. He's legit. You know what I'm saying? So, and when you got Caleb Johnson to control the tempo and pick up those dirty yards, you always have a chance to win the game because you can dictate the tempo, you can hold the rock. I mean, the kid got 23 carries. He got 23 carries for 83 yards and 1 touchdown. And I mean, don't get me wrong, Valley's O-line is not all world, but you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he still gets the job done by, how well they can block and how well he runs the rock. So, and I'm talking about those 83 yards. I would say like 15 of 20 of those came off the one big run. The rest of them was like 2 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards. Like, he was just slowly but surely churning it out. So shout out to him. Listen, Bo Allen, I think that's his name, Bo Allen, or and Desmond. Listen, that Roseman kid, that kid could. I mean, he couldn't be stopped. Like, I mean, he had to average like 4 or 5 yards a carry. It was just ridiculous, man. Like, pure ridiculousness. And I mean, if I'm doing an average, that's at least 8 yards a carry. That's about 10. That's about 10 yards a carry, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 10 for 10. That's 100. Yeah, that's about 9 yards. He had like 8 to 9 yards per carry. That's ridiculous. I mean, just straight up ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So, but that was definitely a winnable game, very much so. But my issue, and I'm going to continue to ask the question, is why in the blue hell does Jelani Eason keep starting over TJ Goodwin or even Jamari Jones? Like, you brought Jamari Jones in to be a quarterback. How is he not even getting attempts to play quarterback? You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand it. I really do not understand it. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And listen, and I think Valley's defense is going to surprise a lot of people because listen, them jokers were hitting. I don't care. Listen, they might not do a lot of stuff well, and they got some big plays on them. But listen, Valley is going to hit you. I'm talking about bodies just flying everywhere. So, and they're a tough, hard-nosed team. They're disciplined. They're going to do they're they're going to make mistakes because they're a growing team. But at the end of the day, they're gonna play solid defense. They're gonna run the ball. And if they had a comparable quarterback, I can only imagine what Valley would be able to do. I really do. At the end of the day. All right, and for the game of the week, which everybody's been waiting for. All right, Alabama A&M, and I'm gonna say this right. At the end of the day, it was an absolute slacking. All right, absolutely slacking. It was bad from the jump. And let's call a spade a spade. And I'm gonna break down the quarterback play in its own entirety by itself. So I'm gonna talk about it overarching, but I'm gonna break down some of the plays that I saw that was just bad. Like, I'm just talking about like why would you do this? Right. So my thing is this: when I watch the game, first of all, if I was the social media team for Alabama A&M, I would have recorded whatever post game, after game speech that Conor Manor gave to his team, because when you high, that's cool because you was Juice posting like who can stop number 2, a D tackle. That's who can stop you, Juice. A D tackle. A D tackle walked you down. Do you hear what I'm saying? A D tackle walked you down, like legit. You caught the ball, you did 2 jukes, he walked you down. Quincy Casey couldn't hold on to the ball, couldn't throw it, couldn't read, couldn't do a slide protection the right way. I'm looking at the play. I'm like, bro, there's 3 people at the D line. There's 3. You got the D line. You got 2 people walking down on the side. They're not faking. They're literally on the line of scrimmage. How do you slide the line to the left away from the blitz? Wrong answer. All right. But this is where my biggest headache was, is that you have to let that play out, right? You can't pull somebody after 3 drives and then put X in, and then X comes in and throws a pick 6, and then he stays the continuation of the match. And I talked to my girl about this. Like, you guys have to understand, like, Xavier, like if you took the FAMU, if I was Coach DT, if I was Coach Maynard, if I was Coach Mai, I'm literally taking the same blueprint that UNC did with Musa in the first 2 drives, and I'm doing it with Quincy Casey, because at the end of the day, I got to get you comfortable in the game. Now, mind you, UAB has been top 5 in Conference USA defense for the past 4 years. And you know who gave me that stat? BJ Jones gave me that stat. You know why he knew that? Because BJ Jones first went to UAB before he transferred to Southern. So he's actually really close to the program. And he told me, he's like, Scotty, their strength is their D line. So if their strength is the D line, your O line is light. You have to get the ball out your hand fast. So I don't understand the play action. I don't understand all this extra stuff and all these RPO. Like, bro, that should have been a simple catch and throw. That's it. Simple stuff. Catch and throw, quick outs, quick slants, quick hitches. Like make the defense frustrated that they can't get to you. Not back there trying to hold the ball and throw it deep. Like, bro, you're going against an FBS squad whose D line is absolutely phenomenal. Like, stop playing with your O line. Like, you couldn't block anybody last year. Like, do you not remember the Grambling game? Do you not remember? Like, you not remember the Jack State game? Like, you Bamas couldn't block a soul. So to go into this UAB game, a FBS program, which has been top 5 in defense in Conference USA, like, why would you do that? That's my issue with that. I just didn't think it was fair that he pulled out Quincy Casey after 3 drives, and then X comes in and, he throws a pick 6 and he continues to stay in the ball game. I'm like, bro, if we want to pull people, just pull people. So my play is this. The issue that I have is that I felt that they got X comfortable because X is a dual threat runner. Like, he's a big guy. He's 6'1", 6'2". He's solid. He runs like a tight end. You know what I'm saying? So if you give him a QB draw, if you give him an RPO, well, at the end of the day, he can run it for 5 or 6 yards. Big guy, get down, slide, or whatever. He could take the hit, and you get comfortable within the game that way. You know what I'm saying? You feel like, okay, I got my first hit. I got my lick. I'm good. I ain't stressing it. And that's how you do it. And anybody who's played football, you usually just need that first hit to be like, okay, I'm ready. Like, let's go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you just got to, I don't know, it's like jumping in the pool. You put your toe in, but then you jump all the way in. So that's my biggest issue. Then I'll say this, when Q comes back in the game, like, all the whole time I'm watching this game, I'm like, X is not, like, the next time that Q came in the game, I was like, bro, you have to have a decent drive to keep your job. Like, that's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, you have to have a decent drive to keep your job. And then he throws the bomb, which gets picked off by the safety. And I'm like, you didn't need that. You had a decent drive going. You were hitting short routes. You were moving the ball. And then you finally got some protection. And then you throw it like 40 yards deep and it gets picked off. Like, I'm like, why? Now, I haven't gone back and watched the whole film, so I don't know what the safety was and where he came from and things like that. So, and I'm going to do all that later. That was my issue. And then just the overthrow on the boundary hitch. I'm like, bro, Juice is like 5'8". You can't throw it high. You might as well throw it at his ankles. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a lot of stuff that was correlated into that game. Listen, I still believe Q has one of the best arms in the SWAC. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the moment was too big. You can't tell me it wasn't, because the way it was played, it felt like it was. And then you can't disprove it because they took him out so quickly that he didn't even get to be able to get settled into the game. And I'm thinking like, okay, if you said he barely won the starting QB job, then don't even say, just say we're playing both quarterbacks and we're going to see who wins the game. Do that. Because if you want to name somebody the starter and then pull them after 3 drives, like, you're like, what the hell? Like, what are you supposed to do with that? You know what I'm saying? That's like if Musa went 3 and out and then you just pull him and put McKay in. It's like, okay, how effective was that? Because now Musa's like, yo, I haven't got a chance to get settled in the game. And by the end of the first quarter, it was already 28-0. The game was pretty much out of hand. The second drive, Q came back in, it was already 14-0. And he had nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? So it was just overall, I just think it was a bad showing for A&M overall. The defense was absolutely atrocious. They couldn't tackle in a phone booth. It did not matter how Alabama A&M got the ball out. It would be 3 bulldogs around the ball, and somehow the receiver would cut, shake, and then he's breaking off a 10 to 20 yard run. And I'm like, what just happened? What just happened? Again, a catch over the middle. He'll stop, stutter, boom, 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 bop. And then you're looking at him like, how did he break free again? Like, I don't know what you're doing in practice, but I would tell my defense, you're not as good as you think you are. I don't want to hear no hype, nothing. I don't want to hear no hype music. I don't want to hear nothing this week in practice, because at the end of the day, none of you Bamas could tackle. None of you Bamas can tackle. None of you. I mean, the only one that came to play was the D, and I think his name was he came from App State, Karan Hayes or something like that. He was the only one that looked decent. Like, that's the only person I would probably give like a C, like a B-. You know what I'm saying, for the game. Everybody else is getting D's. Everybody else is getting D's. It's so bad. The DBs, the ball's in the air, and the DBs aren't even turning their heads. They're literally just running, just running. They just running. I'm like, bro, you're gonna turn your head around. You're gonna do anything. What are we gonna do? So it's like, I'm just shaking my head. I'm just like, yo, this is ridiculous. But at the end of the day, the game isn't what made me mad when it came to Connor Maynard, right? The game is not what made me mad. The game this is what made me mad. And call lines are open, 518-263-8124, 518-263-8124. This is what made me mad, and it made my point. This is what made my point, and I keep saying this. This has to be the dumbest statement I've ever heard a coach say, right? I'm paid to win SWAC games. Bro, you're paid to win football games. Like, you're a football coach. You're not paid to just win SWAC games. You're paid to win football games. This is like, if I was North Carolina A&T, I would never hire this dude. And people can get mad. They can feel how this was why would I want you as my head coach if this is how you feel? Oh, I don't care. I get paid to win SWAC game. What? No, you get paid to win games. You're a football coach. You get paid to win football games. That has to be and when anybody tells me, and I keep saying it, and people say, oh, Scotty, you're being rude, or this, when I say Bama's just want to be SWAC great. And that doesn't mean much. It doesn't mean much, if I'm being honest. It really doesn't. Oh, I want to be SWAC great. I want to be, okay, what does that really mean if you're not beating out of conference opponents? If the only people you're beating are people in the SWAC, what sense does that make? What sense does that make? Because if you go into a game and you beat UAB, that has now just became your resume builder to get any job in the country. See, this is my thing. You'll have a statement like what Mr. Campbell's saying. See, that's the cop-out statement. Oh, he is paid to win SWAC games. But if he went into like just how Willie Simmons went into UNC and was not expected to do what he did, he just made himself millions of dollars off that game. even if he's a coordinator at a Power 5 or whatever, he made money off that game because you're looking at it like, yo, you were down 20 players, you went into UNC and you played like that. And then you have a guy who says, oh, I'm not paid to win those. I'm not paid to win. I'm just paid to win SWAC games. It's ignorance. That's pure ignorance, bro. Like, you can't make me believe no other, because if you walked into that game and you beat UAB, now you bragging. Now you bragging. You're stunting around here. Yeah, I'm the man. I'm this, I'm that. Yeah, you're bragging. So it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of situation. You're like, oh, well, I wasn't supposed to win anyway. But if you would have won, you would have used it as a resume builder. Come on, man, stop it. Rocky, coming to you. Hey, what's up, Rock?
Oh, my brothers. Man, it was a tough day for the SWAC yesterday, man.
Facts.
It was a tough day. I saw one, I mean, not only the SWAC, but I just say HBCUs. And I don't know what I was expecting, but I was definitely expecting more than what I got yesterday on the game. I was like you, I was watching all 3 games, and I was hopeful that they would compete. And in all 3 games, I was thoroughly disappointed. But I was disappointed for 3 different reasons. One, and I'll just start with the South Carolina State game. I was disappointed in the South Carolina State game because they literally miscued the game away, and then they had a very ineffective play at quarterback. And it reminded me of what he really is as a quarterback, Corey Fields, because that's the same guy that played in the first half for the Jackson State game.
That's a bar. That's a bar.
And so and he just happened to play both halves yesterday. You know what I mean? So that's what Corey Fields is. Now, and also, I don't think it surprised, like, the coach came in with a game plan against a team like that to protect him. And at the end of the day, you can't really you can't expect to compete with a team like that and you trying to protect your quarterback. Like, you got to have a guy you can throw caution to the wind with and try all kind of stuff and be innovative. And with Corey Fields, you just can't do that because he's not that kind of passer. He doesn't execute at that high level. And so South Carolina State went in with a handicap. But from a competition standpoint, I thought they were pretty competitive in the trenches. I thought they were pretty competitive.
Yeah, Jablonski looked really good. He was giving that tackle some real work.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think they did. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get in the trenches. They didn't look like what. And I'll go move to Alabama A&M.
They got murdered.
Alabama A&M looked like a peewee. Like you said it, Scotty, when you texted me. They looked like they couldn't be the peewee team yesterday. Like they didn't even belong on the same field as Alabama A&M.
Absolutely.
And I'm talking about they didn't win nothing. They didn't win. What I mean is there was not one period of time in that game that you ever thought they had a chance to do anything. And that's beside the quarterback play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in a game like that, here's what you look at. Okay, Quincy Casey had largely ineffective game, right? But he had literally 9-10 plays, really 10-11 plays. I don't know the number of plays.
If you're talking about the whole game, he's probably like if you're talking about like touch the ball or attempts passing, I think he had like 10 or 15 attempts passing. Maybe not even 15, like 11. But go ahead.
Yeah. So basically what I'm saying is him by himself, you can't even evaluate him on that performance because his team was so inept at every position on the field. Like, they couldn't block. They didn't catch. You know what I mean? It was just so inept across the board. Now, he didn't do himself any favors, and he looked shell-shocked as well. But for the coach to say, I get paid to coach SWAC games, he really should have tried to get all his kids infected with COVID so they wouldn't have to play the game. Because you should never line up and play a game that you feel you can't win. Now, that's just me. And that's the problem with these money games, is that why line up and play if you don't believe you can win? Go find somebody else to play that you can play.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy, Rock? The problem that I have with this is that this is the wrong coach. It was funny what coach did this mentality. Because Willie Simmons, everybody would have gave him all right to say, like, hey, you know, we just want to come back healthy. But that wasn't his mindset going into UNC. And you saw it, how the team responded and played. But you're going into a game, and the first thing you say when people ask you something, you say, I get paid to win SWAC games. Like, to me, it's like, bro, then why, like, then you might as well. I just don't even understand. Just forfeit the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, show up. I don't even know what you do in that aspect, because I don't even know, bro.
But Scotty, let me say this. From a coach's standpoint and a pride standpoint, you can't really say what he just said, because he got beat 63-14 in a SWAC game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you say I get paid to win SWAC games, and you got a 63 to some loss on your resume to essentially a first-year coach, then you're not doing that very well. And I'm being perfectly honest. And I see, and I'll just move to the Valley game right quick. I see why Valley, I think Valley beat them last year, right?
No, they got mollywopped. They got beat by like 40.
They got mollywopped?
It was like 40-14 or something like that. 40-15, something like that.
Well, Valley played a physical game yesterday, and that was impressive how physically they matched up. But at the quarterback position, they were so behind the eight ball, man. They didn't have a shot. That kid Bo Allen from Tarleton, I don't know where they got him. I don't know where he came from.
Boy, a gunslinger.
But that dude can play.
He's a gunslinger for real.
That dude
bro.
can play. I guarantee if you look up his resume, he came from some Power 5 school, and he's quarterback. And he was a Power 5 quarterback because he had arm strength. He was relatively mobile, and he was hitting them dudes between right on the butt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was hitting those dudes. And so, again, I thought Valley had a chance to win, but their quarterback, and it was the theme of yesterday for me at the HBCU, the quarterback play was so subpar across the board. I hope Saturday we at least have better quarterback play from the kids that Saturday and Sunday that play.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because the league can't be respected if that's the level of quarterback play they're going to get across the board.
Yep. Hey, Rocky, appreciate the call, bro.
Win.
Hey, appreciate the call, Rocky. Let me take a quick commercial break, guys, and I'm gonna be right. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. All right, take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Get your pickup orders at the same time as your prescriptions at Walgreens.
If you're searching online for high-quality premium cigars, look no further than slowburnwaco.com. Slow Burn is a black-owned, consistent, customer-centric cigar retailer with dope-ass cigars, featuring boutique brands and a wide variety of well-known brands.
When you order at slowburnwaco.com, Keisha and Rocky Miller will ensure that your cigars are carefully inspected before they are packaged, making sure your order arrives on time and in the best condition. So make your next move your best move and order some sticks at slowburnwaco.com.
Hey, go ahead and order them sticks from Route 66. All right, listen, if anybody's asking me, Scotty, where's your energy? I have it. I just can't. Can you, because they're going to think I'm lying.
Hey y'all, happy Friday. So I decided to make the executive decision that Scott has to preserve his voice Some of you guys may have saw somebody in the chat on Wednesday ask for some hot tea. So I knew I wasn't tripping. And I know you guys want all the energy for the pregame and the postgame show. And we don't want our lovely host to be talking to you guys like this because he's going to be talking a lot at the game. So I had to be on him with a lot of tea. And for those calling in to start some stuff, I'm letting you know right now. You can try me today if you want. I will snatch the cord off this thing gently. So don't get them too upset or riled up on these phone lines, and let's keep it civil. Okay. And like the stream.
All right, so I ain't want people to be like, "Oh no, Scotty, he's being." Yeah, I'm not. All right, it's just at the end of the day, I gotta protect my voice. It's my money maker. So, all right, Mac Reed, coming to you, my bro. What's up, Mike?
Hey, Scotty, I'm not calling to start any BS today. I'm gonna leave you alone today.
Appreciate it. I'll catch you on Wednesday.
I want to touch on that Valley game because I went to the game last night, and man, I want to say I am so disappointed in Coach Dancy and his coaching staff. He sold those guys short last night because not only did he need to make a change at quarterback, but okay, Scotty, you watched the game.
Yeah.
Okay, your defense played phenomenal. Defense had 2 4th and goal stops, and held them to a field goal on 2 possessions.
Yep.
So it's 7 minutes in the ball game. Tarleton is up 15 points. 7 minutes left in the game, right? Your defense gives you 3 and out. So now it's around 6:30 left in the game. You're down 15 points. That's 2 possessions. Why does Valley run the ball first down, second down, third down?
Because they don't trust their quarterback.
It was like they were sucking their tail, Scotty. And I just feel bad for the defense and the guys on their team. I feel so bad for them, Scotty, because I feel like the coaching staff is selling those guys short, man, when they're playing their butts off.
Dog, that defense looked good yesterday. And even the funny thing is, even as much as Rocky's talking about Bo Allen looked good, you got to give him credit. I think he went for like 2 something, but he only had like 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
he went crazy with yards, but they stopped him when it was needed to be stopped. And to me, like,
exactly,
I just don't I really, and I like Coach Kitten Evans, I like Coach Dancy, but you got to make that make sense to me. Somebody blew in the coaching call this week, bro. You got to ask why they didn't make a quarterback change, because we know what Jelani Eason is. We've seen him last year. He's the same guy. Like, I don't understand it.
Scott, I had those same questions standing on the sideline last night, looking crazy. Like, and if you just look at what's the guy, TJ, if you just look at him, he looks like a quarterback,
bro.
You can just look at him and tell he's a quarterback. Eason can't even see over the line.
I'm
disappointed in Dancy in his state.
I don't know if it's the mobility of Eason that they're so sold on, because he can get out and run. But I'm with you, Mike. Like, I'm just like, it doesn't make sense to me why you won't even give him a drive. You won't even give him a quarter. No backup even got a quarter. Come on, man. This is ridiculous.
Exactly, Scotty.
It's ridiculous. So,
but that's all I wanted to touch on today, Scott.
No problem, man. I'll catch you. You probably call in on the post game, depending if you win or lose. But I'll definitely catch you on Wednesday.
I got you.
All right, boy. Peace. 1645 coming to you, and then Coach Green coming to you. Hey, caller, you live? Talk to me. 1645, you live. One last chance. Yeah, you live.
I'm live, man.
Yeah, you live.
Okay. First thing I want to talk to you about, Scotty, man. I love your show, man, but I got to get on you about Jackson State real quick, man. I got to.
We're not even talking
sorry,
about.
but I got to get on you about Jackson State.
Hold on.
Now, after watching FAMU, man, they put up a hell of a fight in the first half. I just want to say my prediction for the game, man. I think it's going to be 40-17 40-14, man. They look terrible in the second half, which I think the main thing is depth, and that's what Jackson State gonna kill them at is depth, man. We got all them dogs. They on the plane. You see them on the plane, man. Everybody ready, man. It's like we got like 40 Dion.
This is a Thursday review. Okay, so I don't know why you're calling and talking about Jackson State. Hey, Coach Green, you live. Talk to me.
What's up, man?
Yeah.
I started to mess with Miss Offscript and say I'm gonna get you started, but I'm just going. I ain't gonna do it because she might think I'm serious trying to get you started.
Yeah, she'll come find you.
I don't want her to come find me, bro. I do not want her to come find me. But anyway, the thing I'm not South Carolina State. I'm not disappointed in the team. I'm just disappointed in the QB play.
That's fair. That's fair.
Cause, and then you know that, and I feel like that the rugby style kicking. What's that guy's name?
Dyson Roberts.
Dyson Roberts. I think that was the biggest thing that like really changed the game because it just went all downhill after that. But it's not his. I ain't gonna never blame him, say it's his fault. But I just felt like it just went downhill after that play.
You know why? I can agree.
And I feel like he should have kept running.
He definitely should have. He definitely should have. And I mean that's going to be his correction in the special teams meeting because listen, if I'm the coach, I'm not telling Dyson Roberts to change because he's super dynamic as a he's super,
no, I would not.
I'm not like I'm like legit. I'll be like, bro, you're gonna be a meme for a while. Understand that? Okay, cool. You're gonna be laughed at, whatever. But we're not going to change you. You're too dynamic as a punter. No. Yeah, you're too dynamic as a punter that we're not gonna change you. You just got to know the rules. You know what I'm saying? Once you cross the line of scrimmage, you can't kick that jank. Just like you can't throw it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you're right. Once he kicked it, and then the ball went. It was where I think he caught it, and then it was like 5 yards. It was a 5-yard penalty from there. I'm like, damn. So they was literally like 20 or 30 yards from the end zone, and then I think it was like 21 zip, and then from there it was just downhill. But go ahead.
Yeah, and then just watching Fields, man, that Jones, it was just frustrating because it's a lot of throws. I felt like if he make them, it's a different game. Even though they gonna pull away, even though they was gonna pull away at the end, but it would have been a different game. It would have been like a better showing.
It definitely would have. I'm talking about like, and I know you watched the game, Coach Grant. I'm talking about they're like 2 or 3 yards away from the receiver. Like they don't even have a chance to make a play. And that it was just bad. But, if I'm being honest, before the Celebration Bowl, I asked CFL, I was like, yo, what's your assessment on Corey? Because I hadn't watched much film on him. And he said he's real sporadic. He said if he's on, then you're going to get a good day. If he's off, then it just gets really bad. And you saw the Dr. Jekyll and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde to him because in the first half, like I wouldn't have paid for him to come back out. And then he comes back out and he settles in and he makes throws. So, it's just, can you get that more consistently?
Yeah. And now, Valley, same thing with Valley. I'm not disappointed in the team. I'm disappointed in Dancy and the quarterback play. Because me personally, he is, like you said, he's the same Eastern from last year.
Absolutely.
The same Eastern. The games Valley won, they won despite of him.
That's good.
Because without the running back they got, without Johnson, they don't win them games.
They don't win most of them games. And Ja'Cory Rankin too. Yeah.
Not at all. So I want him to show us that these guys, I want him to put TJ or Jones in just to show me so I can see for myself, like, is Ethan really that much better than him?
And that's
because I want to know.
And that's the thing. I think that's the disservice you give to your fans because you got a quarterback room and when people ask you about it, we got 3 guys and we got the number 1 JUCO quarterback and you have all these bragging remarks. but none of that is shown on the field because you won't even play them. And to me, it does a disservice. Like, it does a disservice to the guys behind you, because I'm like, everybody sees that Eason isn't all world. So how is he holding off two other quarterbacks that are either physically talented or physically gifted, with Jamari Jones's feet, and then you got TJ Goodwin's size. You know what I'm saying? Like, you won't even, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I'm so serious. Like, Kitten Evans and Dancy have to answer for that. I'm sorry, they do.
Yeah, I would like to know when they do media day Monday, I would love to be for somebody to ask, like, why did you stick with Easton?
Yeah.
Do you have you at gunpoint or something? Man, what is it?
I don't,
because if you're in striking distance, you gotta be like, you know what, we're gonna have to make a change because we not being successful right now. So we need to make a change.
That's fair.
Because they was in striking distance.
Yeah. And it was a very, very winnable game. I mean, but see, the thing, if I'm being honest, what makes it even worse, if I was a receiver on that team, I would be so mad. I would be so mad because it's kind of like who was a quarterback that you just early Michael Vick. You just didn't know what you was going to get. It was like, is he going to throw it? Is he going to run? It's just, you can't be, as a receiver, you kind of get like, you don't run your routes as hard. You don't, because you don't know if you're going to get the ball. And you get tired of running routes, and never getting the opportunity to make a play on the ball. So, with Eason, I feel for the receivers because I know they like, bro, I'm better than this. And I'm not even being able to show off my skill set because my quarterback can't give me the ball.
And this the other thing. With the type of running game they got with that 1-2 punch of a running back, it opens your passing game up.
It should. It should absolutely, and it absolutely should. And this is and listen, man. And William Graves is right. He said Rankin was underutilized. Absolutely. It was absolutely like he was your best receiver last year. And how do you come into a game? Listen, Rankin should have about 5 to 7 touches in the first half alone. If it's just quick passes, jet sweeps, something to get the ball in his hands. That is horrible offensive management. I don't care. Like, I can, and just like I'll go at any other body, I don't care that I interviewed Coach Ken Evans. I would tell him, like, bro, it's bad. It's bad. I texted him today. I said, bro, what's going on with the quarterback situation? He didn't respond. Like, I'm that guy. Like, don't play like people be like, oh, Scotty, you don't know I'm that good. At the end of the day, I want to see the best for the teams. And I want to see a damn good game to where everybody's competitive. You know what I'm saying? So, but let me turn my voice down. You got me on another.
Yeah, they turn out. We're gonna move on to Alabama. Because I know that almost got the heat because they were so close. So Alabama A&M. Now, Alabama A&M, I'm disappointed in the whole team.
Absolutely.
Offense and defense. Because if they're going to play like that, they're not going to beat FAMU. They're not going to beat Jackson. They're not going to beat Dooley at Southern. Shoot, they might finish last.
Bro, listen, baby, my line. Oh yeah, she don't got no mic, but I needed to get you like a personal mic, so you don't even got to get up. Just a wireless mic. You good. No, I'm just. We was driving to Miami, and she asked me. She said, "What do you see for? What do you think about the JSU? Because we were supposed to be in Mobile for the Alabama A&M." I said, "JSU gonna beat them with their eyes closed. With their eyes closed. I don't even care if Shador plays or not. That team is so. I mean, the team is so But see, the thing about it is, are they only going to show up for SWAC games? You get what I'm saying? If your coach is saying, I only coach I only win SWAC game. I'm paid to win SWAC games. Well, they probably only going to show up for SWAC games. But the way I'm feeling right now, JSU would beat them boys in their sleep. I wouldn't be surprised on who wouldn't beat these kids in their sleep. It's so like how we've talked about the 2 other games where you can pick something out to say like, hey, South Carolina State's defense looked pretty good. The D-line looked pretty good. Okay, you can say, Valley, they ran the ball well. Their defense came to play. They held their own. There was nothing. There was absolutely nothing about the Alabama A&M game that you can take away and say, hey, we did that well. Nothing. Zero. Nada. Nunca. Yet. Nothing.
Here's a good example. When they lost to Jackson State, when they got mudhole drug by Jackson State. Glass still threw for almost 300 something. Well, he threw for 300 something yards, damn near 400.
And they were garbage time yards. Most of that was all garbage time.
You know, I hope Quincy get another chance, but between the two, I don't know. Between them two quarterbacks, I don't know.
But to me, it's like like I look at it like this, right? So, and I'm gonna say this, and people don't understand that Aquil had 5 years to build their system. He was in that system for 5 years. Freshman year, second year, third year, right? So then you'll say, okay, well, Shedeur was a freshman. Well, when the whole team, like there, and people got to understand, if you never play a competitive sport before or a position to where you can get replaced, you always know that, okay, I got to do good because of such and such, or somebody's coming from my spot. But when the whole team is built around you, you have a confidence that you're like, yo, I can make a mistake. I'm okay. You know, I can not have my best game. They still gonna believe in me. And Shedeur's had great games and he's had not so good games. But the average out is that, you know, they're like, yo, we can win with Shedeur. Okay, that's cool. But Shedeur also had the confidence of the head coach and all the staff, because he told him straight up, yo, this is our QB. Okay, cool. But when you're a kid like a Quincy or X, or it should be a Jelani Eason, you know, like there should be a fear to like, dang, I gotta play because I got people chomping down my back. I got people coming from my job. So there's a nervousness that comes with that position. You know what I'm saying? There's a natural inkling because you want to do more. You want to push the ball. You want to make plays because you want to show your value, your worth. But I just feel like the coaching staff did Quincy Casey a disservice because you can never see if he could pull himself out the hole. You know what I'm saying? And I'll ask you this question. Let me ask you this question real quick, Coach Green. If Aquil Glass, if Aquil Glass was in that same situation with UAPB, he does 3 drives, he doesn't look good, do they pull him?
No, hell no, they don't pull him.
Okay. So you got, if you go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish your point. I'm sorry.
No, I was about to say, and this is the thing that I was kind of worried when I saw him get in the game, and right before the snap, he took like a deep breath. Did you see that?
No, I didn't get to watch the first 3 drives. I actually
you need to watch it.
The first play I watched was Xavier coming into the game, and I'm like, where'd Quincy go? So I'm texting Kenny in my conscious committee. I was like, yo, what happened? And I text Blue, and Blue's like, yo, he got pulled. I said, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah. I don't know, like if you go back and watch, cause I know you mess around, might go back and watch and see what he did in the first half.
I'm gonna watch every snap of that game again.
Dude, this is how noticeable of a deep breath he took when the commentators started talking about it. Like he right before the snap, he just like, and I'm like, what's he doing?
Breathing.
I said, well, I hope, yeah.
Listen, man.
Yeah, I really was like, why are you doing a deep breath right now? Why you ain't doing it on the sideline?
Okay, listen. Let's not act like in big moments people don't nut up. Okay, Donovan McNabb puking in the Super Bowl, like it
yeah, we know,
it happens.
But
what I'm saying, your first game is against your first game is against an FBS opponent. You know what I'm saying? You're starting on the road. You know what I'm saying? In a crowd, in front of your family, and pretty much in front of your home. It's a home game, pretty much, because you're on the road, but you're in Birmingham. Birmingham has a base with it's a lot that went into that game. So anybody would be nervous, especially when you know you got a weird YouTuber yelling Quincy Casey every day. You know what I'm saying, supporting them, and then people don't like me, so that means they're not gonna like you. So it's you know what I'm saying. So it's a lot that goes into that. And I'm not saying I didn't help play a part in that, and I understand it. But at the end of the day, there's pressure. But you know, if I'm being real, I texted them before the game. I said, yo, it's a game, and it's something that I got from LeVar Ball. And if my kids ever play sports, I'm gonna tell them the same thing, bro. It's entertainment. It's a game. That's all it is. You are entertaining people, and it's a game. It's never that serious. So you know, it is what it is. But hey, Coach Green, the call lines are filling up, man. Your last point before I let you.
Oh yeah, hey, you good though, man. Appreciate it.
All right, no problem, Coach Green. I haven't heard from this young lady in a long time. I gotta go with her. Miss Coach D, talk to me. What's going on, Coach D?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I hadn't heard from you.
It has been a while.
Yeah, I know.
I know. I've been busy with track, but that season over now, so it's back to football.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I just have a comment. So as of today, not yet, and then not counting last year's play, only from what we've seen, as of today, we only have one high-level quarterback in this way.
Musa.
What do you think?
Musa.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
I mean, what do you think about that? Because it's like, I'm feeling you, because I am a Grambling Jackson State fan, but when they're playing like the FCS, the FBS, I'm going for everybody, because you want to see the success.
Absolutely.
And I saw and it was disappointing last night. Well, first of all, with Quincy Casey and then the other quarterback, because the commentators, I mean, they're very sarcastic and they were really talking it down. But do you think that Maynard really wanted to go with X, but he just kind of started Quincy Casey just to get that out the way, and then he went with who he really wanted to go with?
You know what?
I'm saying it, not you.
No, the reason I agree with you is because you don't pull somebody after 3 drives unless that's what correct. And he comes in and throws a pick 6. So what? So Quincy Casey gets the strip sack. You pull him. X throws a pick 6, which adds to the point total on the scoreboard, and you don't pull him.
Right.
That it just doesn't make logical sense to me. Now,
no.
And the thing about it is, this is where I say coaching towards your talent. Well, when X got in the game, what did they start doing more? QB draws, RPOs, stuff that got X comfortable. Well, Quincy Casey is a thrower, so you have to do short routes, quick routes, give him the 1-step fade. You got to do stuff that makes him comfortable. So I'm not going to say sabotage, because I don't think I know DT too well to say that he's that guy, because he is a competitor. Like DT wants to, man, he want to beat you in checkers. Like that's how competitive he is. But at the end of the day, I just don't like how the situation went down with Q and X. It just didn't make sense. And if I'm being honest with you, going forward, I would go with X. If I'm being a whole buck with you, because there's it looks like A&M just has a comfortability with what X can do, other than trying to change their offense for what Quincy Casey can do. But go ahead.
And because I agree with you, because when I saw once X got in, it seemed like everything changed. The whole aura changed. It's like his team, they were comfortable with him.
Yeah.
That's just the way it seemed to me.
Yeah.
But, I'm nervous now for all the quarterbacks, because, like I said, these teams are going to play the SWAC team. They're going to play them hard now. That they've lost all the immunity for getting played soft again. So now they're going to play them hard. And so now our quarterback, like you said, the quarterback play is not looking too good. So hopefully going forward, we know some of the ones that we expect the quarterback play from, but now they got to come with it.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say.
Hey, Coach D.
But thanks. I'll be calling in more.
Yes, man. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too now. I'm gonna go JB, then I'm gonna go Dre. All right, and then I'm gonna go 4802. Your last. So JB, Dre, and then 4802. JB coming to you. Hey, what's up, JB? You live?
Hey, Scotty, how you doing, sir?
What's up?
That's cool. Before I get into my points, my advice to you, if you want to save your voice, go to Starbucks, get a medicine ball. Those things will probably kill almost anything, probably help almost anything too. So get a chance to go to Starbucks, get a medicine ball, good stuff.
Them things are so nasty. Go ahead.
Yeah. Regarding the games last night, it was a few things that stuck out. First of all, let's stop the money game stuff, because we keep talking about we don't want to play money games and how they hurt us and everything else. And Scott, I've mentioned this on your show several times. Everyone in the country plays money games. So for this whole thing about like the HBCU shouldn't play money games, that's crazy. And then the other thing is we talk about the concern about our guys getting hurt, etc. Some of our SWAC schools are playing money games against Division II SIAC schools like Miles and Albany State. Are we going to have that same energy for their guys getting hurt? Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to stop that BS right now. That's the second thing. The third thing is it wasn't the fact that our teams lost. It was how they looked in the loss, because I looked at some of the other FCS games last night too. Schools like Bryant losing in overtime to FIU. Schools like St. Francis basically losing in overtime against Akron. You know, these are all FCS and FBS games.
Yeah.
The thing is that these the other FCS teams looked like they actually wanted to play more. They actually showed up. And too many of our games, it seems like we're just coaching, quote unquote, not to get guys hurt, coaching timid. And I don't want to say coaching scared, but that's how some of this stuff looks. It's like we actually go out and don't try to win a game. And it's maddening.
You know, let me throw a curveball into you, JB, because to me,
sure,
I feel like the biggest disservice, if I'm being I get why you held out Abdul. I really do, because the quarterback play, it seemed like you wouldn't have got the ball to him anyway, if I'm being honest. But that's a game that Abdul, if you talking about draft stock, like those are the games you have to Troy, Austin Peay. So, you know, if you're taking the Connell Manor line, or you're taking the quote of the century, I get paid to win SWAC games. Well, that means Abdul is not going to play none of these OCCs until FAMU, and then he's going to plug him in. Why? He's his best option, because he's going to use his best player in SWAC conference. But you're hurting the player's draft stock because he's not playing against high level competition. I mean, FAMU is a high level game, but I'm not talking. I mean, you're not playing against Troy. You're not playing against UAB. So you're actually killing this kid. And I know for a fact, somebody told me that some of the Senior Bowl scouts were out there. And he texted me. He was like, "Yo, it's a really bad look that Abdul's not dressed up. There's some Senior Bowl scouts out here that were really wanting to see him." So it's that type of situation that you don't understand you're doing to the kids just because you win SWAC games. I get paid to win SWAC games, man. Miss me with that. But go ahead, JB. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you good, sir. And then it goes one step further, because that still feeds into the narrative of the SWAC not being able to compete against anyone but SWAC teams. Once again, when people say, well, hey, how come the SWAC don't get no respect? It's like, well, because of stuff like this. How you only care about beating your own folks. Now, these other schools, they realize the benefit of showing up against those FBS schools. And then I saw one of your like video updates and stuff. So you're watching the Campbell game too. So it's like,
that was
all of those games,
man.
Yeah,
man. Listen,
those guys are ridiculous.
Hey, Campbell is not a game. Them dudes, I got to see a couple more games, but that offensive line, they are. Me and BJ it was me. I was texting BJ and Blue. We was all texting about the Campbell game, and the consensus was them boys on the front line. They are different. They are different. But
what's the thing about this also? Because if you recall, I believe Campbell had the top FCS recruiting class, I think, right ahead of Jackson. So yeah, Mentor's getting those guys to play. Mentor's getting those guys to play some ball or whatnot. So yeah, man, I'm saying, folks actually have to step up. But yeah, man, it's I mean, it just seems like that we're kind of going through the motions. And I hate to see that, because the cause right so far, man, we are so much more than that. But it's like, if whenever you get a chance to prove it and you look like you just don't care, I'm sorry, that's going to hurt your credibility.
Yeah. Because, and see people, this is what people don't want to talk about. They don't see, and this is why I love my show for, because I'm gonna push that narrative. Why do you see a lot of HBCU coaches stay in HBCU ranks? Because if you have that mentality, you can't go play at a PWI. You can't coach at a PWI. I mean, they don't have the same mentality. They go play people. So if this is your mentality at a HBCU, then stay within your ranks. Stay where you at. I mean, like you can say, oh, he's trying to turn black boys into black men. Okay, that's cool. There's white guys doing the same thing. You don't think Bill Clark? You don't think Bill Clark is loved by UAB players, by some of the black boys? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not play this game like there's not white coaches, helping black boys become men. let's not act like, because I know we hate to talk about race and all this type of stuff, but at the end of the day, that's going on too. I had a white coach in college. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not play these games. But go ahead.
And see, the other thing about that is that some people, they just want to say keep it black, we don't care, etc., and that's fine. The problem comes in when we want to keep it black, we don't care about our own stuff, but yet we complain about respect. We complain about things like awards. We complain about things like rankings. You complain about everything else, or we keep asking the question, how come, and then fill in the blanks, but then you get the answer as to the what, how come, and it's like, oh, you're not going to say after that, So it's one of the things where it's like, if you want to have what you're asking for in terms of raising the bar a little bit, then do what it takes to get there. Just don't talk and then don't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Now, of course, to be fair, Kim did play the Citadel last night, so that's not really a barometer. I mean, it's like them at the SoCon wasn't all that impressive, but yeah, it was still a decent game nonetheless. But I'm definitely looking forward to some of these other FCS games this weekend. And yeah, man, just save your voice for Sunday, because I figured the low energy was to try and save your voice with like talking shit in the stand. So yeah, just have fun this weekend, bro.
I will.
I feel your pain watching that stuff last night, man. It was hard to watch.
Let's not act
hopefully
like.
our guys figure it out.
Whoa! Before I let you go, let's not act like your Bethune-Cookman Tigers or Wildcats, whatever y'all call, are not about to get mollywopped by University of Miami. So let's just not. You about to be on the.
But here's the thing.
No. You're gonna be on an emotional roller coaster like everybody else. Stop playing.
Well, gotta watch this all right. I'm actually kind of expecting that. My thing is this: we just started playing FBS games for less than a little more than 10 years ago, so that's expected. My thing is this: we know what these games are about. Cookman needs the money. Totally understood. I just want our guys to come up there, show a good effort. I'm good with all of that. I'm fine with that. I just want our guys to be healthy and everything else. That's it.
Okay. I just want to give you the heads up. But hey, man, appreciate the call, JB, as always.
You good?
He gonna be on that. He gonna be on it just like everybody else. All right, 7. No. I said Dre. I'm sorry. Hey, Dre, you loud. Talk to me.
Hey, man. I watched all 3 of the games just like you did. The quarterback in HBCUs has been bad for a while. I think half of it is because you got athletes playing quarterback, and you're so enamored, or he has a strong. It's plenty of folks who got strong arm but don't know where to put the ball.
Yeah.
Having a strong arm is half the battle. Being able to put the ball where it's supposed to be is the other half. Why you think all these quarterback, and also coming up where a lot of them can't afford quarterback coaches, and why you think all these quarterback coaches coming out in the last 10 years? Because quarterbacks want to be ready to play immediately. I hear you talk about how you could tell Shador's been around nothing but pros. And that stuff has to be taught.
Yeah.
No matter how much athleticism you have, quarterbacking is a science. You just can't sit there and 4-3. I mean, even Dick was a very much better quarterback when he got out of jail. Because even he said he didn't even look at his playbook.
Yeah, he said he didn't study.
He just relied on his 4-3. He relied on his 4-3 speed. So, yeah. So I'm not shocked. That's why if I was an offensive player, I'm probably going to FAMU or Jackson, because they gonna at least throw the ball. I wouldn't go to Buddy Pugh. Now, if I play defense, I'm definitely going to Buddy Pugh, because defense, he's going to put players in the league. But if I'm a QB, not going to him, because he's going to run the ball 30, 40 times. He's not going to ask much of his quarterback. And that's a big thing also. Receivers want to go where they're going to throw the ball.
Yeah.
I was disappointed in Alabama A&M. I think Maynard panicked after being down 14-0. I watched that whole first half, and I think he panicked. The one thing I said was that offense is what you do. I believe you at least should be able to put up points. Don't expect them to win, but I expect them to put up something. You can't have a goose egg. I mean, Carolina State put up at least 10 points.
Let me ask you this. You said hold on, let me ask you this. You said he panicked, right? But to me, this is where I have an issue with you. Why did you panic? You said
I mean,
no. Listen. I didn't ask my question. Listen.
Okay.
What's the point of him panicking if his mindset is I get paid to win SWAC games? Then why would you panic in a out of conference game that does not matter? You might as well. You would have a better chance if you just said, you know what, I'm gonna let my players play, and whatever happens, I can course correct it from there, because now without the coach's help, I know what you don't know and I know what you can do. You get what I'm saying? Like it's either one or two things.
Yeah.
You let them dig themselves in a hole just to see how they get themselves out, because you don't care. You said you don't care. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Or what you do, you play one half, you play the other half. And then you have two quarters each to let them to make a real evaluation. Because that's how you feel anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I give A&T a lot of credit. We want to win every game. Now, we don't win every game, but if you get on that field, you want to win. That's the point of playing FBS schools. The point of playing FBS schools is to get your players, the ones that are on radars, to get them looks at the NFL and to get paid. You want to do both.
Yeah.
That's the reason why A&T is the last HBCU to beat. We beat multiple FBS teams. So, but that's our thinking though. So I'll take Willie Simmons as our coach if FAMU fires him.
I'll say this. I'll say this.
Because he's gonna have enough money. He gonna have enough money and everything.
This is my issue. And I'm always gonna stick to this issue. If Akil Glass was playing, you wouldn't have done that. You would have coached your ass off. You would have coached your ass off because you would have said, hey, Akil, this is your chance to go get drafted. Go be great. And no matter how bad he would have played, you would have kept his ass in the game. So my thing is, do the new guys better.
The same way you do. Yeah.
Do the new guys. Just treat them the same. And I'm not saying you, because if we're being real, and I'm gonna keep it a whole buck, and I like Akil. I think Akil is cool. Akil has never beat any of the Blue Bloods. He's never won a big. He's never beat Southern. Never beat Grambling. Never beat Alcorn. So what are we really talking about? You put up a lot of stats. It looks good, but you never won the big games. So what does it really matter? You beat UAPB in the spring season where you played 2 games. Like, let's not play these games with me. You know what I'm saying? My issue is this. At the end of the day, you wouldn't have done Akil Glass that way because you would have tried to push Akil Glass stock. Well, now you have to let Akil Glass go. And now you have 2 guys that you have to get into. You got to get them ready for games. So you need to teach them.
Yeah, get one of them ready.
You got to teach them how to pull themselves out of a rut. Like, yo, this is what happens when you play quarterback. You have to, when things go bad, you have to course correct. If you want to be the guy, that's how you talk to, that's how you coach. Listen, if you want to learn how to be the guy, you want to be the QB1 that everybody wants to be, you got to learn how to pull yourself out of the rut. And if we're being even more honest, every time Akil got himself into a rut, he has never pulled himself out. Grambling game, debacle. Jackson State, debacle. I mean, the Southern, the only game last year that was even close to a debacle was the Alcorn game in the SWAC championship. I watched that game. He didn't have his best game, but he kind of fought through it and stuff like that. But you got to understand, a lot of people love to say, oh my God, Akil. Yes, Akil put up a lot of stats, a lot of points. But at the end of the day, none of that ended up in big wins. And you can give him the SWAC. Okay, give him the little 2-season SWAC. Okay, give him the spring season game. Okay, whatever. Right? What happened when the regular season came? What happened? You got exposed.
Because
come on, man.
Because if you want to be honest, them losses to Grambling and Jackson probably hurt his stock.
Come on, man.
Because if you went probably against the 2 or 3 best teams. Jackson, he wasn't even in the game. I think he threw for 296 and everything. Grambling, he had 4 picks. And FAMU, that was a close game. So you went against the 3 best teams And 2 of them you lost.
So,
so what you think the pros is gonna look like?
What out of conference? What out of conference FCS game has a kill glass won? Don't worry, I'll wait. What FBS team has he even played and looked decent in? Don't worry, I'll wait. So my thing is, let's not play this game like. And see, people are looking at a kill, and even when people try to compare Shador to a kill glass, all I said was I didn't compare the seniority. I just compared the pressure that a kill glass was under. You know what I'm saying? Shador had hype pressure. Akil had physical on the field play pressure. Those are 2 different things. You see what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I really compared, because you can't compare the years that Akil Glass over. Okay, whatever. My thing is this: you have to start a whole new process. And when you had Akil Glass, there were bumps and bruises with that process. You have to understand those are the same bumps and bruises that are going to come when you get a new guy. It's just that's the nature of the beast. There's bumps and bruises. You got to coach out of it. But your last point, Dre, before I let you go.
Yeah, Valley needs a new quarterback. This might cost Dancy his job, because there's a lot of people like him because he's at Valley. You cannot be that inept at quarterback when you was inept last year.
Yeah.
Didn't they get like the biggest the nation's #1 JUCO quarterback or something like that?
Yeah, Jamari
That's who
Jones.
you should have started.
Listen,
I mean, he's the #1 JUCO. You at least got to see what he got on the field.
That's what I would think, but it got to be Easton doing something right. But hey, Dre, man, appreciate the call, bro.
Appreciate it.
All right, going. I hope I did this right because I don't want to skip over anybody. I think I said 4802, then 7314. So I apologize if I flipped them, but I'm going 4802. Hey, caller, you live, talk to him.
What's going on, Scotty? This sir calling from Hillsville.
Oh,
Actually,
man.
pulling up in the campus right now.
What's up?
So, we got 3 coaches that you think about when you think about our team, right? Can you hear me?
Oh, you're kind of away from the phone. I don't know if you're on speaker or.
How about now?
Yeah, much better. Much better. Go ahead.
All right. So when you think about our team, you think about our 3 coaches, right?
Okay.
And all those guys are former quarterbacks.
Yep.
But it doesn't look like it at all.
That's fair.
The QB play was just it didn't look good. It didn't look like we were trying to win the game. And nobody expected them to win the game, but we expected them to be competitive.
Absolutely.
Blue already knows that I've been big up in UAB all summer. I expect them to be a top 15 in the nation. And I think they're going to run in Baton Rouge late in the season and beat their ass. But we didn't look like we were trying to even compete with them. And that's my issue with the whole thing. Like, the score is bad, yeah, but it didn't look good. And I think a whole bunch of callers already said that. So what I think needs to happen is they need to get those guys comfortable. Like Casey, when he came back into the game late in the game, he threw a really bad interception. Like it was just a quick hitch, and all those defenders, they were playing to keep everything in front of them because they already won the game, and he just overthrew the guy. I don't know if you saw that.
No, you're talking about the one Juice. He did a short boundary throw. I know exactly what play you're talking about. He did a short boundary throw. It was a double hitch. Juice was on the inside. He sailed it over Juice's head in the backside corner.
He just sailed it over him. But it's plenty of space right there.
Yeah, literally. I mean, all you got to do is throw it at the ground. You're throwing it at Juice. So, I don't know how he just sailed it.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it just sailed on him.
Yeah, I don't get it. And that shouldn't happen with 3 quarterbacks as your coaches. That just shouldn't happen, especially when they're putting you back in to, keep some morale on the team. They put him back in so he could just go some points, at least give us 7 instead of going out there getting shut out. But I'll say this because I got to go in class. Maynard has spoke on the FCS ranking twice, to my knowledge. He spoke on it in the spring season, saying he didn't think we were ranked high enough, and he spoke on it right before this game. I know y'all probably not A&M fans, so y'all don't keep up with everything, but he said that we got Austin Peay, and that game is to prove to the committee that we can compete with those guys. So Taylor, I know one of them is going to listen to this. Taylor told me that I should be more positive about the program. So in response to what I just saw today, I'm going to put this out there: win the Austin Peay game. You spoke about Maynard and spoke about that damn FCS ranking twice already. Win the Austin P game if y'all serious. And that's all I gotta say.
Hey, that's real. Appreciate the call, Serve. And I agree with Serve to a certain extent. I think that game is the only real game that you can truly evaluate what Alabama A&M is going to be. Troy and UAB are pretty much money games and throwaway games. But that Austin P game definitely has to be, a circle of game. But he only coaches to win SWAC games anyway, so it shouldn't matter. I'm gonna take a quick commercial break. I'm gonna take these last two callers. Hey, anybody in Miami, let us know where the party's at. What we doing tonight? What we doing tonight? All right, so let us know in the chat below. My girl, she on the computer. She'll let. So where the party at? Where the party's at? All right, commercial time. I'm gonna get to these last two callers after commercial.
Get your pickup orders at the same time as your prescriptions at Walgreens.
If you're searching online for high-quality premium cigars, look no further than slowburnwaco.com. Slow Burn is a black-owned, consistent, customer-centric cigar retailer with dope-ass cigars, featuring boutique brands and a wide variety of well-known brands.
When you order at slowburnwaco.com, Keisha and Rocky Miller will ensure that your cigars are carefully inspected before they are packaged, making sure your order arrives on time and in the best condition. So make your next move your best move and order some sticks at slowburnwaco.com.
All righty, make sure you get your sticks. Route 66. Use the promo code Offscript TV and get 20% off your order. I've already bought me some because I expect FAMU to win. And I'm going to be smoking on that JSU pack. All right, anyway. All right, 7314 coming to you. Hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me.
What's up, Scotty?
What's goody? What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Quayshawn, man. I'm calling from Memphis.
Talk to me.
Tennessee, man.
Talk to me, Quay.
Man, look, I'm going to kind of say something about what the last caller said. Man, they will not beat Austin P, man. And I'm going to just keep it real. Austin P played damn good against Western Kentucky.
They look
played
real.
Last week, man.
They played Western Kentucky. They look real good.
Yes, man. They offense is good, and I think their defense is good, man. Look, I'm a big fan of Coach Maynard, man, but he got to leave. He should have left Quincy Casey in, man. I'm gonna keep it real. He should have left him in at least until the end of the first quarter, at least until the half. Man.
Thank you.
Gave him an opportunity,
at
man.
least the end of the first quarter, like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude. Like if somebody's your starter, you just don't take them out. Like, y'all understand he threw a pick and all that, but the dude after him got in and threw a pick six. He threw it straight to the dude, man.
Yeah,
straight to him, man. I understand they probably got mixed up or whatever, but man, look, I don't see, man. Look, Alabama after this. Man, they looked horrible last night, man. And I'm still a fan of Alabama A&M, man. But they didn't look good at all, man. At least South Carolina State scored something, man. They couldn't do a thing, man. And Coach Maynard, for him to be a pass quarterback, man, it seemed like he don't understand that position. Man, whatever going on, maybe for him to come out and say what he said about Quincy Casey about he barely won the spot, that just shows maybe he really, I ain't trying to put nothing out there, but maybe he really don't like Quincy Casey like that, man.
Man, listen, I said when it came out, I was like, why did you have to say that? Like,
yeah,
like why? Like, and don't get me wrong, and I know a lot of people like, man, that's just because Quincy Casey, that's his boy. But to me, it's like I'm so used to. Well, I can't get mad at Maynard. You know why I can't get mad at Maynard for that? I gotta respect it because he always speaks what's on his mind. You know what I'm saying? Good, bad, or indifferent. If it's a joke, if he's like, can I get a scooter? Like that's just who he is. So I can't really thank you, God. Now that I'm reflecting on it, I can't really hold him to that political standard because he doesn't usually do political answers. So I gotta respect that. That's just who he is. So it's no different than Dion. Dion does it the way he does it. You know what I'm saying? And I know people are like, oh, but Dion wins. It's who you are. It's your personality. It's your personality. So if that's your personality, win, lose, or draw, just be yourself. So I respect that. But go ahead.
Yeah, man. Look, and I get what you're saying. I respect somebody too for telling the truth or being who they are. But some stuff you just say to your player, man. You ain't got to put everything out in public. I will say that. Everything don't have to be for everybody to hear.
That's fair.
Because, you know, I ain't saying it hurt Quincy Casey's feelings. But ain't no telling how he felt after he actually seen that, though. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
That could have. He probably started throwing in that game and was like, man, I know if I mess up one or two good times, I'm out of here.
That's real.
I already know it. Like that's like you just don't. I don't. Man, I'm keep it real, man. I thought they would at least got 2 touchdowns, man, but they couldn't do a thing, man. Like I don't know, man. They look bad, man, and I'm at the point now. If they don't be able to, if they get shut out by Austin Peay, man, I don't think they'll win the game the whole season, man.
Hey, man.
Come on, like,
you so you said they're gonna do that. They're gonna bid Neil. They're gonna bid Neil no books. They ain't got no books.
Man, Coach Maynard probably start looking for another job if they get shut out next week, man. And I'm keeping it real, man.
I
like
think he just got an extension.
I
thought he just got an extension.
I don't know what he got, but he ain't acting like he got one though, man. They just look bad, man. They look too bad. Like too bad, man. And I understand UAB has a great defensive line. I understand that. But they looked awful, man. It looked like a high school team was playing against like a Power 5, man.
It
It
did.
was bad.
You definitely saw the difference in talent gap. It was clear as day. And if I'm being honest, I didn't really see that against UNC, against FAMU. I saw that a team got tired. I saw a team that got tired. I saw a team that got leaned on by the offensive line, but I didn't see the huge talent gap like I did. I mean, like, it didn't even seem like it could have been like, you know, just a short pass and I'm just like, man, nobody want to tackle this kid. Like he can't be that good. You know, it was just, it was bad all the way around. I agree. It was just bad all the way around.
Yeah. Yeah. And I ain't trying to just ride on them or whatever, but look, I'm a fan of that team, so I'm just going to talk about it. I'm keep it real, man. I don't think if they get shut out next week, this last thing I'm going to say, like I said, if they get shut out next week, man, I think they're going to maybe win one game, man, because building off of last year and then this happens, I don't care if it is an FBS team, at least put 3 on the board, man. At least
fair.
3. At least 3, man.
That's fair.
Like, you know, yeah, so, bro, peace, man. Hey, let me tell you something, man. I've been watching you since you used to have the videos with the shades on, man, way back then, man. And, man, I'm sure everybody appreciate what you're doing. I know there's some people out there that dislike the truth you say, man, but you a real dude, man. Keep it that way, man.
Hey, I appreciate it, Quay. Thanks for the call, man. Real talk.
All right, brother.
All right, peace. Last caller, 5896, coming to you. Hey, I appreciate you waiting.
Oh yeah, what's up with it, Scott?
What's good? What's your name? What you calling?
The TJ, man.
Oh, what's up? Hey, what's up, TJ? Talk to me, man.
Man, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this, Scotty. I guess because I'm, like I said, I'm a HBCU just football, fan.
Yeah.
I felt bad yesterday, man. Like, bro, why are we being? I feel like, bro, we just doing just crazy shit just to do it, bro. Like, why are we even scheduling these these powerhouse teams to get on national television to get our ass demolished, bro?
Yeah.
Like I don't understand. Like, bro, I feel like we should have scheduled if we do play FBS, a lower FBS school, so it can level the playing field, because of course we're not there yet to play the powerhouses of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the
but I
FBS.
mean, UAB is a group of 5. I mean, they're a top level group 5, and they have a really strong team this year. But remember, like people tell me, Scotty, scheduling is 2 to 3 years out. So they didn't know UAB was going to be that good, when they stepped up into it.
Right.
They probably picked that game 2 years ago, you know what I'm saying, to get them on the schedule and things like that. Because I think North Carolina A&T plays them coming up a year and something like that. So, these games are scheduled 2-3 years out. So, you can't be like, oh man, we should have known. Like, nah, but at the end of the day, this is my issue. Like, you get people on HBCU Twitter and they're talking about, oh, we need to stop playing money games. Well, stop being broke. Can you stop being broke? I mean, like, how I mean, you're
So see,
go ahead.
See, this is what I say, and you right on that. But this is what I think HBU should do. Just like how we got these damn collections going on. Like I tell people, man, okay, the vet hold with 60,000.
Yeah.
Say for instance, homecoming or when Jackson State plays Southern, you charge, I'm gonna say $100 a ticket. And now do the math. $100 a ticket, and we packed the stadium out 60,000. Tell me what that number is.
Okay, so I can tell you right now, you're not gonna pack out 60,000 with $100 ticket because you're outpricing some of your.
Yeah, but I was just giving a number.
I
Even
get you.
$50.
I get you.
But it's crazy.
No,
though.
but listen, wait a minute. You're making one school, right? You're making one school the rule. That's not true. Like Alabama A&M sells out during homecoming, and that's a maybe. FAMU sells out a lot of games. Who else? Valley don't sell out no games. UAPB don't sell out no games. Alcorn does pretty well. Southern does pretty well. Alabama State, they're hit or miss every now and again. You know what I'm saying? So Bethune-Cookman, they don't sell out no games. So you can't make one team the rule for everybody. Oh, Scotty, that's one team, but every team is broke. And if you're a HBCU lifer and you're talking to me about like, hey, Scotty, we need to stop playing money games. Well, your conference is broke. Like, let's not play these games, man. And you're signing bad deals on top of bad deals, and schools are getting into contracts and promoters. Like, it's a lot of stuff going on. Like it's people siphon money, embezzlements, all type of stuff, self-sabotage. Like, let's not play these games like money games are the issue. No, money games are the issue because you can't manage your finances as well. Yes, you're underfunded, but you can't even manage your own finances. So it's bigger than just money games. But go ahead.
Right. So is it true that Isaiah Land is eligible to play?
Yeah, he's back.
Man, I'm so glad, bro. No wonder why I've been seeing a whole lot of damn FAMU people texting me on Instagram talking something. Oh, yeah, we finna beat y'all by 50. I'm like, man, one player that can't beat a whole team. But I know you're going for FAMU, Scotty, so I am gonna be looking for you, man. I'm gonna be looking for you now.
We're
gonna be smoking on that FAMU pack.
You know where you're gonna find me. Unlike your compadres that love to go in hiding when they lose. You know where to find me. Win, lose, or draw.
For real, man. But man, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I mean, Scotty, you and your wife, y'all be safe down there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And enjoy yourself.
Yes, sir. I surely will. Thanks for the call, TJ.
All right.
All right, guys. So I'm shutting the call lines down. Appreciate everybody that called in and and had the conversation with me. Once again, I apologize for my voice. I'm just trying to save it because the big game is this Sunday. But let me say something before I go. Power 5 money games, right? And a lot of you guys say, "Oh, I don't like money games." So I asked you, how do you replace it? Right? How do you replace money games? Because Dion even said it. We play Alcorn, the game sells out. We play Southern, the game sells out. But when we go play PV, the game don't sell out. When we go play Bethune-Cookman, the game don't sell out. When we go play Alabama A&M, that game don't sell out. That was homecoming, the reason that game sold out. So if that's the case, then how do you replace the money? So let's not act like you know, oh, I can't stand money games. Well, the reason you have to play money games is because you're broke. You're broke. All right. It's like what's those those title loans when you gotta that's what y'all doing. You sacrificing your car to pay a bill. Your money games are title loans for y'all. So let's not play this game. And I you guys talk about it like you don't know your own situation, that you're broke. Come on, man. Like, fam, you just signed off on a $900K deficit budget. Like, what are we talking about right now? You're broke. And then the situation is that you need funding for your programs. So you go play money games. It is what it is. So you either suck it up, drive on, or do better with your money. Okay. So I don't want to hear the excuses because you're going to keep playing them. So miss me with it. All right. So guys, listen, this is going to be my last show for tonight. We're about to hit the streets of Miami, see what's popping out here in these Miami streets. Well, we at Fort Lauderdale right now, but out in these Miami streets or whatever. If anybody's gonna be at the Battle of the Bands tomorrow, we're gonna try to swing through. So if you see me, say what's up. We're gonna try to be at the Battle of the Bands. Anything else, babe? All right, be safe, enjoy yourself. I'll see you guys at the game. All right. So listen, until next time, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm holla. God bless.